Bienvenidos! Welcome back, everybody. We're back here. It is DreamHack Masters Fall 2020 Open Qualifier. This is the second one for Latin America. I'm Yodaslim, joined with Light VIP. What's up, Light?
What's up, Yoda? This is, oh my god, I when the bracket was generated, I didn't think that it could be this bad. Like, there are just so many series that I want to cast, and
bad in a good way for those of you at home.
Exactly.
Bad in the best way possible. The bracket's absolutely disgusting. But yeah, we'll just get right into it. Starting off down, I guess right into it. You guys have been sitting here waiting forever. But here we are on Eternal Empire LE, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner to start us off here for the evening. It's a red Terran. This Terran is very, very well known in the Latin American scene, coming from Chile. Also known as Gens, but most of you know him by Jarppi.
And spawning in at the top right-hand corner of Eternal Empire LE, he is the Peruvian Protoss ? He is representing Root Gaming. We know him here as Putos, but he is CatZ.
Are we getting a full-on name change?
Are we talking about this right here?
Yeah, we're talking about that guy. That one. This is the owner of a team in StarCraft, guys, just so you know.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
I love CatZ. He's everything that StarCraft needs. He's Latin American. He's a team owner. He's putting people on. He's also a avid cheeser. Everything I stand for.
I don't know if I would say cheeser. Like, we've spoken about CatZ before, and he's got like the biggest brain in NA. Like, even bigger than someone like No Regret when it comes to like making builds. Like, he's so unique, and now that he's switched to Protoss, like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, this is crazy.
He might be the Latino Florencio.
You know what? He could be. Yeah. That I feel like that fits.
Yeah. Florencio's a little more cheeky though. I feel like CatZ is more strategic with his build. Florencio's like, if I hide this pylon here and you never see it, you know, this is where you're not gonna see it. But as to where CatZ is like, if I put this right in your face, you're not gonna expect there's nothing you do. My favorite play from him ever is when he was a Zerg, and I think it was Nation Wars. He went up against Serral. Oh, this Reaper might get caught out. But he went up against Serral, and he went for that 12 pool where you try and take out their base. But he put an Evo chamber in with it, and it like completely stopped the Lings from surrounding. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I think all of StarCraft lost their mind for a day after that.
Yeah, he did something very similar. I was lucky enough on Monday I casted with Yaku. CatZ, he played Zerg though, but a very similar thing. Like, he went for like very like unique builds, and like the Korean players had no idea what he was doing. It was like, they were like, oh my god. And then we're dropping games, and we're dropping series. It was like, wow. But he did tweet afterwards like that he did intend to switch to Protoss, but like for that day, like he just wasn't feeling it. Like, he wasn't feeling too confident. But now, like, again, for a lot of people wondering, this is CatZ, and he is switching to Protoss. He's been streaming a lot, he's been tweeting a lot about it, and I don't know what to expect.
I honestly think it's just because like Zerg gets boring. There's not really many crazy cheeses you can do with the Zerg. Like, you got to be on creep, so you can either put down a base or rush units. But with Protoss, as we've seen many times, the possibilities are endless. Proxies, different build orders, more sneaky plays here. But I think he's pretty high up there. So, speaking of cheeky plays, there you go.
Yeah. Like, again, like, we've seen what CatZ can do with Zerg. Now that he's Protoss, like, the world is his oyster, you know? Like, you know, he's got a blank canvas. Like, what's he gonna make, you know? Like, it's gonna be pretty interesting, to say the least. But
I didn't say that Jarppi. Yeah, he's going for the full medevac. And that means he's not really gonna have anything for defense at home when this War Prism comes out.
Yeah. So talking a little bit about the opener, so we did see a 1-1-1, and normally like a Terran goes for like a double Widowmine drop, maybe a triple, but he's got 4 Widowmines, and he's lining this up. You talk about it with the armory, so it's good. They're going to be invisible.
I love the armory. This is my favorite. They're both being super cheeky. I love this. And my thing here is, what the heck does Jarppi have for this?
He has a Viking.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Viking. Nobody wear this Viking here. It went down though.
Oh
Bam.
my god. And this could end the game. Like the Widowmines, they're landing. Oh god.
All of them. Oh god. Oh jeez. Okay. Jarppi's back in this.
Oh yeah.
Now, I was gonna say, what do you think he's getting out of the Twilight Council? I was gonna say like Zealot legs maybe.
Yeah, I mean, there's a Twilight Council here. I don't know if this was thrown down just to trick his opponent, but oh my god, the Widowmines are gonna recharge, and they're still invisible. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I love this.
Uh-oh.
One is recharged. Oh my gosh. He's trying to split, but he shot the probe that was inside of the gas geyser.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in my life.
Oh my god, and the problem is the robo is across the map, so it's gonna take so long for the detection to actually get home.
Yeah, this is pretty rough.
Yeah, so because of the build that CatZ went for, because he proxied the robo, he's kind of killing himself. Like, they gotta recharge again.
I don't know why he doesn't just abandon that place altogether.
Yeah.
Another one bites the dust.
Oof.
Those Widowmines have caused so much damage.
Yeah. And
one has 7 kills, the other they both have 7 kills. 7, 7, 5, and 2.
Okay.
Ooh,
okay.
good split. Good split. Good. Nice play there. What do you do in this position? Protoss has no splash right now.
Yeah, I know that there it is. The detection is on its way back home, so it will be able to deal with this. But so much damage was done. Oh, more probes went down.
He refused to recall that thing.
Yeah, that's definitely something that he could have done. It's something you don't really think about, like recalling an observer, but that's definitely something that he could have gone for.
Because they're so slow. Honestly, that's kind of one of the hard things about Protoss. You know, they are doing a little bit better now, but observers are so slow. It's really hard to get good vision of your opponent. Like, you know, we have overlords that are pretty slow, but we have so many of them as Zergs that they can go in as a Terran. You always have flying units like the Stargate or Starport is just a part of your build. So it's a little hard for Protoss here, but that is how they scout nowadays. Hallucinated Phoenix goes down instantly, gets no scout off. The defense is here. That medevac's super low, but full of energy. I wonder if it gets anything done.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
That's a lot of sentries.
CatZ has a lot of sentries, and it looks like he was looking to deny. Yeah, it looks like he was trying to deny the third base, but there is no third. Like, the third is a little bit late for Jarppi, and that's because he invested so much in things like the armory and all the production and that big drop. But as you were saying, like, it turns out that Twilight Council, it was for a faster Dark Shrine. He did eventually start the Zealot leg, so CatZ, he's still, like, you know, he's got a plan B.
Yeah. And I have a feeling that his idea is to go into the main, and then this is interesting. Wow, okay. Oh my god, big brain plays. He's hallucinating the entire army. We've seen this once or twice before, but the tank on the high ground might just cancel all this out. So many tanks.
Oh, there are so many tanks. Like, the force fields, like, the sentries aren't going to come into play at all. They all get taken out. All the hallucinations as well, and CatZ.
What the hell is that?
GG.
I don't know what that was, guys.
That was CatZ going all in. That was CatZ going all in because he lost 30 workers to those Widowmines.
Yeah, maybe he should stick to Zerg.
No, I would say that it was kind of like a build order loss, honestly. Like, because he went for that proxy, like, obviously the detection across the map didn't help. The fact that he had those what is it, the stalkers across the map as well, like. Yeah,
I think recall the War Prism, I mean the Observer, and you clear everything up. And if even after that and he's all in, don't just go right in front. He has the War Prism. Try and warp in the base. You could get some high ground vision. You get some stalkers out, but he was just being crazy.
Yeah. I would have definitely like expected the DTs to come into play at some point, but yeah, he just kind of went for it instead. And I mean, I don't blame him because he was so far down in workers. Like, he had to basically do something then and there because he was down by over 20 SCVs or 20 workers. It's like, oof, it's rough. Yeah,
it was rough. It was very rough. But also, they were both on 2 bases, so I don't know.
Oh, you say that, but the third orbital was already done.
But he could have tried to deny it forever, I feel, while he comes back in workers. Can you land a base on something that's force fielded? I'm not in the game. Can you invite me? Ready yet?
Hey, the lobby is being made.
Okay, cool. I joined. I have that. I saw Kuro talking about it. I have like that PTSD where I see a lobby and I just jump in. I accidentally jumped in Egg lobby earlier. Ooh, Creighton joining the party. Was he here last game?
He was.
Oh, that's nice. Good on you. So yeah, who's Eggs playing right now? That's what I'm really concerned with. Eggs is currently playing. As I scroll down to the back, oh, he must be playing Vortex, or I didn't refresh, but he was seated up 1. He is going up against Daju, which means Vortex. I'm sure you're watching now in the chat because you lost, but good try. Thanks for coming back 2 times.
Yeah, it's really cool that we have our admins playing, like Vortex and Darking. They're both in the bracket. Yeah. Doing their best. Eggs, like, he has a pretty straightforward half, to be honest, until the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, Eggs is looking pretty good today. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. Again,
also lost.
Again, it kind of does come down to seeding at the end of the day. When it comes to these brackets, it's like,
oh man, I didn't really look into it too much yesterday in the NA one, but I remember I was like, that's weird that No Regrets first seed in NA, and then all hell broke loose on Twitter. You guys can go look at that later. But for now, we are not concerned with NA. We're concerned with the heavy hitters, the Latin American players here on Death or LE in the top left-hand corner of the map. It is the Chilean player. He's known as Jarppi. He's known as one of the best Terrans in all Latin America besides Special. It is Jens. I'm just going to switch back and forth between names.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Deathora LE, we have the Peruvian Protoss player representing and owning Root Gaming. It is CatZ. Oh, so
officially, for those of you just tuning in, CatZ officially becoming a trader. Heresy. He's leaving Zerg and he is now Protoss.
Yeah,
he's a Protoss.
Taking cues from Scarlet. Scarlet did play as Protoss for some time, and now CatZ as well. F's in the chat.
I mean, he'll learn eventually.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, again, that was kind of a rough game. Again, I would say, like, he kind of had a plan, and like the Widowmines kind of threw him off. We'll see if he has something else here in mind. I'm sure he does. I can't imagine we're going to see like a straight up macro game coming out of him. It's kind of going to be on. Yeah. It's kind of going to be on like Jarppi to like be solid. Yeah, and he was pretty solid last game. Now I wonder how. I mean, like we said, we don't know really where CatZ is at with his Protoss. So is he a good, solid macro player as well as a cheesy player? That's the question. If anyone's been tuning into CatZ stream, let us know, because yeah, it's kind of up in the air. I know he's really like come back to the game. I was kind of surprised that he was competing again, because in summer he didn't like play in the qualifiers at all. He wasn't really like competing. He was like more focusing on his stream, kind of like Jim, right? But like recently he's been coming back. Maybe Jim has inspired some peeps. It's possible. Maybe we inspired Jim, and then Jim inspired other people. That's what I'm gonna go with. Because I feel like we talked about it a lot. At least I did, or I never really got why. Or maybe not to the top. He's not always gonna win, but at least compete if you're that good and you have a following, just to bring awareness. And slowly but surely, he started competing, and now he's like one of the top Latin American players still in Latin America. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, there was a time where CatZ, he was the better player, like compared to Jim. Like CatZ was like taking Jim under his wing and like teaching him builds and then kind of showing him the ways of the Zerg. I still remember that. That was back when. Enough, he also did that with Cham as well. Yeah, that's true. It's very true. He said he took Cham under his wing, and he would used to beat Cham all the time, and I guess they had a house or something, or maybe they played online. He said eventually, because every Latin American has been on Roots, and he said eventually that Cham just overtook him and could beat him nonstop. Yeah. Both Cham and Jim, they were on Root Gaming. They were in the house in, I believe it was California.
Yeah, that's where Root is at right now. So
yeah.
So, did that mean Cham moved to California?
He did for a time. I know right now he's back in Mexico, but
Man, once all this COVID stuff is over, it's gonna go crazy. I'm gonna have a LAN session. It's gonna be ridiculous.
And Jarppi, he's doing the same build. We got the Armory and the 4 Widow Mines.
I would like to see him follow up in the mech, though, honestly, as he makes Marines.
Yeah, I mean, mech, it can work against Protoss. Again, it's like one of those situational things.
Oh, no.
Oh, but this time, CatZ, he doesn't have a proxy out on the map. His Robo is here. He's actually going for an incredibly fast Colossus.
He has no vision. He has no observer at all yet.
Oh, no observer. Armory's done.
Oh, he does pick up one Mudomine.
And this time, this time the splits are good. Oh god, no, split.
Oh no, he went for all the mango. Oh my god. Oh, what a juicy connection. That's a spicy meatball.
Oh god.
Jeez, that feels bad, man.
They're gonna reset.
Oh no, CatZ, why are you doing this to yourself?
Okay. Those are just 2 probes for 2 shots. That's fine. But another one is gonna reset as well. Oh god, there's still no detection.
Oh, and the other one went off again. Oh my god.
It's being chronoed out, but
Widow Mines, come on. His Protoss is not solid.
I mean, I would say that, again, this is something that isn't really done too often. A lot of Terran players, they played around with the Armory opening, and it just fell out of fashion really quickly. Like, Jens, honestly, he's like the only Terran player that I've seen in the past couple of weeks, if not months, do this. And it's working out so well.
No, I've been asking for this for months, and we've got it once, maybe twice. So
exactly,
I'm really happy that Jarppi's doing this right now.
Yeah, and he's doing so well with it. And I mean, okay, to be fair, let's be real here. Dastan is so lucky that CatZ is playing Protoss, because Dastan is in the chat and Dastan is playing the winner of the series. Like, if Jarppi's done this 2 games in a row, like, Dastan can just look at this and be like, all right, I just gotta get the section now. Like, you know, like, oh my god.
Jarppi knows that Dastan is the one big opponent for today. Maybe not one. There's still gonna be another one later on in the bracket. But I mean, he's kind of screwed on his seeding. It's gonna happen to someone.
Yeah.
Fortunately, he would say it's Jarppi.
So I'm because Jarppi has done this 2 games in a row. I'm curious to see if he just continues to do this. Like, if this is his like one build, or if he's got a couple more things up his sleeve. We'll see, as we do have CatZ here. He did go for the fast Colossus. He's here, but there are just so many tanks.
Yeah, I hate that he always goes for his head-on engagement. I like that. He pulled his Immortal forward to draw some fire, but why did he do this? That was not what I wanted at all.
Yeah, GG gets called, and Jarppi with the quick 2-0. Again, CatZ, both games, incredibly crippled by that Widowmine drop.
I hope he goes... or comes back to the next one in 2 days, and the final one, so we can see him again.
Definitely. It was fun, to say the least. And again, congrats to Jarppi. Again, Jarppi, he's looking really solid. I was honestly concerned because Jarppi, he's one of the players that we were talking about who didn't show up for Rebirth. If you recall, it was Halfbreed and Dastan. They were
it's gonna be weird. Has he been saving some builds? Has he been training super hard? In my opinion, if he wasn't at Rebirth, the only reason he wouldn't be at Rebirth and be here is because he was saving his builds. And I think that build we saw against CatZ is like, I think he has one kind of cheesy build against Protoss that he just throws out continuously, and then once it gets shut down, then he'll switch it up. I think that's just his go-to build until he gets up to the tougher opponents. That build probably catches most lesser opponents off guard heavily.
Yeah.
And he's definitely saving something special for Dastan.
Again, I hope so, right? If he does the same thing, like, again, Dastan's in the chat, you know? Like, he's watching, he knows what just happened 2 games in a row. Like, I'm gonna exclamation mark Funada Dastan if Jarppi does the same thing and he gets 20 worker kills. Just say.
Oh my god, we got a Funada whoever does it. If he gets worker kills, then we got a Dastan, and if Jarppi goes for it and fails, we got a Funada Jarppi because the hell, man.
Hey, Dastan, you got no excuse. Darkness is in the chat as well. You know, the other Chilean Protoss player. Like, I'm sure he's watching, he's taking notes, and we'll see. We'll see how the next series will go.
Yeah. Good old Darkness.